Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get a dog right now. Everybody worry about the crown. Big, look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a PI, kind of time we on. Don't roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants the new S-Class. I'm like, boo, who are you must ask. They pour way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a whole up class. Hit the cab, I talk that gap. Strut like up, and I walk that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this.
Champ is here. Hey, the champ is here. What's good, man? I'm your boy SirFH, man. This Champ Talk Reactions over here react to everything popping, moving, grooving, and shaking in the community. And the culture is who we do it for. It is what it is. It's like that. It just is what it is. What's good with it, y'all? How y'all living? How y'all doing? I said, how y'all living? I'm good. Hey, I'm good over here, man. But listen, there's no way that I could not react to what's going on over there in the Paris Olympics in the sport of boxing, the sport that I competed in for over 15 years of my life, man. Listen, it's just no way I could not react. No way, no how. Listen, though. Before we even get into that, I just want to give a big shout out to all the Olympians over there, man, with the U.S. on your back, with the U.S. on your waist, with the U.S. Listen, you know what it's like, man. I know what that feeling is like where you're like, damn, you looking at your uniform in the morning. You looking at your uniform in the morning, you like, hey, okay. You feel me? So I know what that life is like. Hey, but I really want to give a big shout out. A big shout out to the boxers over there, man, who competed for USA Boxing Team USA. Listen, I want to give y'all all the love, man, because I know what it's like, man. And what I mean by I know what it's like, man, I know what it's like to have to wake up early in the morning, right? Get that run in, get them weights in, get that swim in. Like, I know what the life is like. I know what it's like to have to go to the gym beforehand, before your scheduled workout. You going to the gym to work out just so you can make weight before you get to the gym and have to step on the scale with the coaches and make sure you're 3 pounds above the weight limit like you're supposed to be. Listen, man, I know what the life is like. I know what it's like when everybody else is going home to just eat dinner with their family, relax and chill and unwind. You can't. You got to eat dinner. You know, you can chill and unwind, but then later on that night, man, listen, at 12 o'clock at night, midnight, I'm back in the gym. Why? Why? I'm back in the gym because I gotta lose more weight, man. I gotta get off whatever I just put on me for dinner. I gotta get that off me, man. And I gotta wake up in the morning. I gotta be, a pound and a half overweight. Listen, because then I gotta wake up early in the morning and work out again if I do. And at the competitions, after I get out of the ring, guess what I'm doing? I'm jump roping. Like, I know what the life is like, man. I know what the life is like because I'm already 3 pounds above weight and I got to make weight the next day. So I know what that life is like. And then we get back to the village. When we get back to the complex that we're at, I know what it's like to have to go ahead and get a workout in with the coaches just because. So the coach don't even get to sleep either. I know what the life is like. And that's why y'all here with the champ. So let's tap into this serious but controversial topic.
In yesterday's opening Olympic match between Algerian boxer Imane Khelif and Italian boxer Angela Carini before Carini dropped out, which is a rare occurrence in boxing. Now, the entire match lasted 46 seconds. Many are raising their eyebrows at the Algerian boxer Imane Khelif. Khelif was disqualified during the 2023 World Championships and sanctioned by the International Boxing Association for failing to meet gender standards because of high levels of testosterone. The president of the IBA said at the time, quote, based on DNA tests, we identified a number of athletes who tried to trick their colleagues into posing as women. According to the results of the tests, it was proved that they have XY chromosomes. Such athletes were thus excluded from competition. But the International Olympic Committee cleared Khelif to compete anyway in the game, saying, quote, everyone competing in the women's category is complying with the competition eligibility rules. They are women on their passports. And it stated,
you see how he said that? I don't know about the whole passport thing because you can identify as what you want to identify as, right? People wake up every day and be like, I don't feel like I was born in the right body. I feel like I'm trapped in the another body. And then they go through that transition and then they change everything on their ID. They're able to do those things. So the reason why he said passports like that, because he was like, this is what they're going off of. So I can understand why he said it like that.
this is the case, that they are female. Now, after the match, the Italian athlete said, quote, "I felt a severe pain in my nose, and with the maturity of the boxer, I said, enough." Carini then said, quote, "I am not here to pass judgment or pass judgment if an athlete is this way, and in that sense, it's not up to me to decide." The Italian premier, Giorgia Meloni, criticized the match, saying that she opposes allowing female athletes to compete against athletes with, quote, genetically male characteristics.
See, so she wasn't even calling them, they weren't even calling them a trans like the rest of the world was. So the rest of the world was up in arms like, yo, a trans athlete, a trans female boxer is going over there beating up women. And that wasn't the case. This is a case of intersex or a case of DSD. It's a scientific thing, right? So, because we don't really see it, we hear about it. Sometimes you hear talking points about it. They're like, well, what about people who are intersex? This is possibly, I'll say possibly one of those situations where, you have a physically born female. This is a female. At least in the case of Khelif, I can't speak about the Taiwan boxer because I don't really know yet because that whole thing has not come out. But in the case of Khelif from Algeria, like, this is a woman just born with XY chromosomes, but she just produces the testosterone levels of a man. So when they did that gender identity thing, the gender identity test, she failed it because she has XY chromosomes. So yeah, it's like, but it's scientific, and she was not trying to cheat. She was trying to compete in the section that she was supposed to be competing in. But I can understand why everybody else is mad because you're like, yo, like, you have an advantage over me. Like, you're stronger than me physically. And it would be one way to be stronger than me because, boxers, there's strong boxers who hit hard. There's boxers who will punch quick. There's punchers who are fast. There's boxers who have good eyes, boxers who have good feet. But so there's some physically strong boxers that you have to go up against. But when you feel like you're boxing a man, do I continue this or not? That's the thing. And it's such a political issue right now. So if I come out and say, yo, I'm boxing, I just got beat, not even her, because the girl from Italy, she just said, yo, this is the hardest I ever been hit. And I noticed she felt this gender thing. Like, so what's going on here? Like, is this really a woman that I'm fighting or not?
Khelif fights again on Saturday. There's also one more athlete, Lin Yu-ting of Taiwan, who similarly failed the gender eligibility requirement and was stripped of a bronze medal last year. She will compete in her first match tomorrow.
Now, many conservatives online were furious with the results of the match. Outkick founder Clay Travis tweeted, quote, "Every Democrat leader says this is perfectly fine. The man is a woman. It's way past time for choosing on this issue." Now, Olympic medalist Sharon Davies tweeted, quote, "The IOC are negligent in their duty to care to female boxers, knowingly putting males with a huge advantage in the ring with females."
And these were hardly the only people to speak of. My social media feed right now is nothing but outraged. Many of them conservatives, others as well. J.K. Rowling, who obviously the Harry Potter author, has been very outspoken on issue of trans people in women's spaces, said, could any picture, has a picture of the two boxers, could any picture sum up our new men's rights movement better? The smirk of a male who knows he's protected by a misogynist sporting establishment, enjoying the distress of a woman he's just punched in the head and whose life ambition he's just shattered. Hashtag Paris 2024. A lot of.
I'm gonna stop that video right there. I'm just gonna give some insight about how I feel about it. I'm gonna react to it, man. Hey, after I react to it, man, I want you guys to drop it in the comments. Just let me know how you feel about it. And it's okay. Listen, J.K. Rowling, I'm not really commenting on any of that. I'm just commenting on what goes on in the mind of an athlete and what happens in the sport. Listen, now, if this was a case of like a trans going over there, like a trans athlete going over there fighting boxers, female boxers, to have a physical advantage, I will have a huge problem with this. And I'm not saying I don't have a problem with this now. I'm just saying, listen, you can identify as what you identify as. That's your life. I have no dog in that fight, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna respect you. I'm gonna meet you and respect you where you're at. Listen, but I'm just gonna say, but if you're just, identifying as something to get that physical advantage over somebody, to get that physical advantage over a woman, yo, I couldn't even hoop against the men like that, but I'm driving to the hole every time on a woman. Like, if you're living like that, then You're the problem. You're the reason why everybody is up in arms. Not only are you the reason why everybody is up in arms, but the reason why also is because we don't see this. We hear about it. We don't see it though. And the same is like I said though, but if you're just identifying as something that have a physical advantage over a male or a woman, like you are wrong. like like I said, that's just how I feel about it. And so, like, if my daughter was getting ready to box and it was a trans athlete over there, yo, yes, our skills can pay the bills, but it's in boxing and combat sports, especially, you can lose your life. You can be unalive. And I gotta say that for you too. You can be unalive, bro. Anytime. But yo, boxers pass away all the time. You know what I mean? So it from being hit in the head. So when the boxer from Italy said, "Yo, I've been hit as hard as I've ever been hit in my life before," you can understand that. Especially after somebody failed the gender identity test, you can understand that. You can understand the uproar why people will have that. So Khelif, listen, this is something that you're gonna have to deal with until the boxing organizations, the IOC, USOC, the IBA, whatever organizations there is that's above boxing, like until they can unilaterally make a decision of what to do with boxers born with XY chromosomes that are not men, this is going to be an issue. This is going to be a topic. This is going to be a talking point. And you know that the reason why this is a part of the culture and we got to react to it outside of it being, listen, it falls in every realm. It's conversations, right? It's the barbershop. It's you, parents, talking about your kids going up against, people who have physical advantages over them. It goes to the political realm where it's trans this or trans that. Like, I fall on left or right side. Like it's in our lives. And it's here. And now we got two cases, of this going on in one sport. It would be one thing if we had this going on in sports across, but this is happening in one sport at one time right now. And both of these athletes, now, both of y'all have never identified, if both of y'all have never identified as anything else, which I know in the case of Khelif, she's never identified as nothing else but a woman. She was born a woman. She has woman parts. She can make a baby. She can have a baby, should I say. Because but listen, I'm just saying, she can have a baby. She can produce a child. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie about it. If my daughter was on the other side of that ring and she got punched and came back and said, "Pops, I've been boxing for a few years. Nobody has never punched me like that." I'm a coach. Not only am I a coach, I'm a parent. It's my job to protect. So when she came over there, I'm going to tell her, "Take your shit off. Let's go. I'm with you." And I feel sorry for both sides of this. I do. Because, Khelif, this is such a rare situation that people don't know what to do. There's no category for women born with XY chromosomes. It's male or female. So you were just doing what you were supposed to do because you're like, "Yo, I'm boxing how I was born. I was born a female. I'm boxing how God made me. I can't help that I produce these high levels of testosterone. I can't help that. This is how God made me." But everybody else, I can understand too. You feel like you're at a physical disadvantage. So I can understand your point. And I probably would feel the same way. I'm telling you, if my daughter was on the other side of that ring, man, I can understand. We spar our female counterparts all the time. We don't go all out on them. That's not what we do. We're there to help them. We're there to help them get better. In the fight, though, they're gonna go all out on you. So you're gonna feel whatever it is that you're feeling in that ring. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like to get punched and be like, "Damn." So listen, and I know what it's like to punch somebody and see what I did. I know what that is like, man. And that's why y'all here with the champ. So listen, man, let me know where you fall. And I told you my whole thing is, listen, if you're a trans athlete and you're trying to just do it to have an advantage over your sport, where you were not excelling in your sport as what you were born as. And most of the time it is a man. Listen, if you were not excelling at the sport that you were that you were in, and you just are trying to have an advantage over the women, you are wrong and you are a problem. I don't have a dog in the fight of how you identify in your regular day life. But if you're doing it for an advantage, you're a part of this problem, and that's a reason. But y'all boxing organizations, y'all have to get on the same page and unilaterally make a decision. If you're gonna disqualify them at one competition, then they should not be able to fight at the other. It should be unilateral. You got it from the champ. Thank y'all for taking this walk with me. The champ is here.
Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walk in the spot, but they all get lit. Told them